Welcome back, friends. It is Wednesday, which means we get a visit with our West Coast bestie, Michael Babcock, over at TMZ to get the scoop on today's hottest stories. Good morning, Babcock. How are you?
Good morning, Maddie. Hey, Jeremy. How you doing, guys? Good morning.
Good morning. We're so glad to see you.
I am so glad to hear you. I can't see you, but I can just imagine how great you both look today.
Yeah, just imagine me, the bodybuilder, and Maddie, the supermodel.
There we go.
Yeah,
We're gold.
That's the picture in my head right now. So
Yes.
I'm really bummed I can't see you, but it's great to talk to you. It's great to hear you. How was everything?
It's going well.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a wacky Wednesday.
It is
so if we
wacky.
go off the
Hey,
rails with
let's
you,
do it then.
just come along for the ride.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here for it.
I want to
Let's
say
go.
to Babcock, I don't remember seeing you in the video, but Maddie and I both watched. Do you remember this? We watched the TMZ Live when the Diddy verdict was read.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh.
We
that
were
was-
obsessed.
It was
The
happening.
live thing.
The
That
live
was-
thing
that
from
was
TMZ.
popular.
It was so
I
behind
heard-
the scenes, but it was
Well,
so
Maddie
raw
knows.
and like people's genuine
you-
reactions.
Yeah. No, I thought it was cool. I was going to say, Maddie definitely knows what it's like in here, and so do you, Jeremy. No, it was interesting. I think that's something that they're going to look to do more. I was kind of off to the side because I mostly during the day do the sports stuff, so I try not to get. I don't want to get in the way there, but I was as interested, I think, as everybody was to hear what the verdict ultimately was going to be, and I think the behind the scenes thing was pretty cool. People seem to like that.
I just loved
Very
how many times Harvey called the one lawyer. It would go straight to voicemail. He'd pick up and call again. Okay, so speaking of Diddy.
We don't stop.
Yes. Speaking of Diddy, so his sentencing has been set.
Yeah, so it will be October 3rd. That was the date that that day that he had the verdict come in, and obviously he was not guilty on 3 of the counts and guilty on the 2 of the least serious charges. They had said that day that tentatively they were going to set the sentencing date for October 3rd. It wasn't going to happen that same day as the verdict, so he said let's set it for October 3rd. They weren't sure if they were going to want to try and do it sooner than that, but ultimately they said, okay, yeah, let's lock this date in, and it is now going to be October 3rd. The question is now, how long is Diddy going to serve, or how long will he ultimately get sentenced to, and then how much will he serve? So first of all, it could be up to 20 years. That's the bottom line here. Now, as much as we say these charges aren't serious, they still do carry each up to a 10-year term in prison. So obviously, that's a very long time to do. Nobody wants to spend that much time in a cell. So he could face 10 years if the judge were to give him max on each, 10 years for the one. And if they weren't to run consecutively, they could then say, okay, 10 plus 10, obviously 20 years. That's not going to happen. He's not going to get the maximum here. Harvey just says he thinks likely 1 to 2 years max here. Now, there's a little bit of a disagreement as to what the attorneys who were a part of this case, the prosecutors and the defense team, what they believe the sentencing guidelines here indicate Diddy should be sentenced to. So the prosecutors say 51 months, so that would be 4 years, 3 months. The defense team says 21 months. By the time he's sentenced, he will have already served about a year behind bars. He's going to get credit for that. So if it is judge sees it like the defense team, then theoretically he would only have a handful of months left, and then Diddy would be walking free. If the judge sees it like the prosecutors seemingly do, obviously then he would be spending more time behind bars. But it's very plausible that once this happens on October 3rd, that he only will spend a couple of more months behind bars, and Diddy will be out a free man. And what will his reputation be at that point? What will the fan reception be? It'll be interesting to see, but bottom line is he won't be incarcerated.
That's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, I'm still flabbergasted by all of it. The verdict and everything.
I am too, Maddie.
Yeah.
I mean, you realize how much resources they put into this? I mean, the hundreds of agents, federal agents that were working on this case. I mean, they did a bi-coastal simultaneous raid on his home. I mean, millions and millions of dollars. So they really put a lot of time and effort and resources into this case. And I think it's a failure on the government's part. I'm not saying they shouldn't have brought the case, but it's a loss. I don't think there's any other way to look at it because he was facing life in prison.
Yeah.
Do you think though, it's crazy times we live in, that people can overcome a lot of stuff and people's memories are short. Do you think his famous friends are gonna flock? Is his reputation over? Are they gonna flock to him?
No, I think some of them already. I mean, that we actually heard from people that day, that minutes after the verdict, people who had sort of semi had Diddy's back, and maybe not so much publicly, but had said, hey, that's my friend, and I don't think what's happening to him is right, and they immediately were right there, like, told you so. This was nonsense from the start. So yeah, I think a lot of those people will be there. A lot of them will come back, especially if they think that Diddy can help them. Whether that be music or whatever else it might be that he's involved in business wise. I remember when OJ was released, and you say, surely OJ, nobody, he'll be a pariah, right? Nobody wants to go by OJ Simpson. And he was a star in Las Vegas. I mean, couldn't take pictures and couldn't sign enough autographs. So yeah, I probably will be
He'll be
big
Diddy.
star.
He'll be Diddy.
Yeah, he'll be Diddy. He'll be Diddy.
Okay, this next person, I had to ask Jeremy who it was. I'm not.
She didn't know this morning, so I had to go into detail.
Yeah, that just means you're young, Maddie.
Thank you.
Well, I had to say, Mary Lou Retton, perfect 10, gymnastics in the early 80s. Yeah. She was on the cover of Wheaties.
Yeah, and she was, not that she was on like the Simone Biles level of, as great as Simone is, because Simone's the best, but she was really a big star, and she was young. She was 16 years old, and Olympics in LA, 84. So anyway, big deal, big Olympic star, gold medalist. She, though, did have some trouble. She had a run-in with police in May 17th in West Virginia. So that's, that's her state. And cops pull her over. They initially believe that she is driving recklessly. Once they get up to the car, the officer seems to believe that she's drunk. He smells alcohol. He actually sees a screw top bottle of wine that was open in the vehicle. So he obviously says, okay, something's not right here. Takes her out of the car. Now she's actually hooked up to oxygen, a portable tank of oxygen. So she ultimately goes through a field sobriety test with this oxygen tank, and she did not do well. She seemed to fail all of the tests. She was, at times she was fine and pretty calm, and then she was a bit hysterical, and she was saying, hey, how can you do this to me? I'm the first daughter of West Virginia. So trying to play on her fame and how much she is beloved, especially there. It was not going to work with the police officer. He arrested her. She failed all the tests. She refused to take the breathalyzer test, and they hauled her off to jail. And ultimately she, pleads no contest, to a DUI charge. She's pays a very small fine, $100, and she has got this behind her now. But it was, it was dramatic, to say the least. Put it that way.
She's had a string of bad luck. She was recently, remember, she was sick, and her daughter was on GoFundMe. They're trying to help her because she had this illness, and
and there was some even controversy with that, Jeremy, as to you had a lot of people who had donated money, a lot of money, by the way, and then people saying, hey, she's got money, she's pretty well financially. So yeah, it's been a seemingly tumultuous time for her for the last year or so, and I hope she's okay. She really was beloved by the country at one point, and still is by a lot of people.
And so was her haircut.
Yeah,
her famous Mary Lou Retton haircut. Everybody had it.
Yeah.
Boys, girls, everybody.
I was a little too young, but not.
You know what? We're going to Photoshop a photo of you, Michael, with that haircut. That's what we're going to do. That's just for you, my friend.
Yes.
It's always good to see you. Have a great day, and tell Harvey thanks for chiming in.
Yes.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
All right. You can catch TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weekdays at 2 p.m.